What a win for Houston today. And let me set that up from this standpoint. You said prior to that, this would be a statement win. A lot to talk about in that Houston-Buffalo game, but you said this will be a statement game if Houston could get it done.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, you talk about them trying to play with the teams that are top of the division. It's Baltimore, it's Buffalo, it's Kansas City. And if you're going to put yourself in those modes and you're playing a team at home, you got to win those games.
Yep.
And I thought they showed a lot today. I thought that, what I saw from C.J. Stroud, Nico Collins, I mean, they've got so many playmakers. I mean, the second half was good because Nico Collins goes out.
Yep.
But again, they did what they had to do. I mean, that's him right there.
That was a great play by Bernard.
No doubt.
Hey,
no doubt.
Yes. Gerald Bernard is a good inside middle linebacker. But, and then here's the fumble right there. So, again, here is the game winner.
But
they're born.
Let's talk about how the game winner was set up.
Okay.
Break this down for us.
Okay, so Buffalo gets the ball back with about 30 seconds.
Right. And
Houston,
they're on their
own 3-yard line.
Right.
I can't remember if it was the 3, 2, or the 4.
Right.
So they're right around there. Okay,
right.
There's about 35, 38 seconds.
Yeah, there's 38.
38 seconds, whatever that timing is.
And
Houston has 3 timeouts.
3 timeouts.
Houston has
Matt,
3 timeouts.
You were in here yelling in the studio.
Run the ball 3 times.
Run the ball for what reason?
Burn their timeouts. Let's get the ball. Let's get this game to overtime.
Instead,
Buffalo
they did what?
Chooses to throw the ball 3 times.
Incomplete.
They had the offensive pass interference on the first, declined. Incomplete. I disagree with their strategy in that situation. Coach, you offered kind of the other opinion of giving 3 opportunities to get 1 first down because you have Josh Allen. Normally, I would agree with you. But Josh Allen, at that point in the game, was 9 for 27.
Wow.
9 for 27. Yeah. This wasn't a typical vintage Josh Allen performance. And in my opinion, as a head coach, when you're standing there looking at it, you have to say, today's not the day for this. Run the ball 3 times. Let's try and get this game to overtime. Let's see if we can win it in overtime.
And I agree with you. At one point, I believe it was 12 or 13 incomplete passes in a row for Josh. He just didn't have that same rhythm. And maybe it was that shot he took when he bounced up off the ground. I know he came back in the game, so we're not making any assumptions here. But you run the ball.
Yeah, because then C.J. Stroud can't check the football down and burn the timeout to get the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. But a really big win.
Yes,
by the Houston Texans.
Huge win.
And you got to win ugly in this league when you make mistakes. Yeah. If you walk away with a victory and you still can clean things up. Like you said, Nico Collins came in with 2 catches, a big touchdown, and then was sitting on the sideline the rest of the game.
Right.
And the other guys stepped up.
Yes.
That's what they're very deep when it comes to their playmakers.
Right.
And they had Nico Collins who was out and also Joe Mixon who was on the sideline. And they got a big win up against a strong opponent.
And C.J. Stroud played great. Let me go back to your scenario. And I would normally agree with that. The only reason I say that is if you call 3 timeouts and run the ball 3 times, you're basically saying we're trying to use up the clock. They still would have got the ball back with probably less than 20 seconds to go, but they probably could have been around midfield, and you put a lot of pressure on your punter to make sure he gets a good punt. And what you've done is taken the ball out of maybe an MVP candidate to say, and to me, is Josh, I need you to at least get a first down, at least or complete one of these passes so we can at least get a chance to get into overtime, okay? And just, take the ball out of their hands. And so that, to me, is why I would trust Josh Allen to either maybe on second down to hit the check down.
Right.
Or on second down to maybe go take off and run with the ball and get me a first down. So I don't want to give the ball back to them because if I hand the ball off 3 times, I've taken the ball out of your hands, and they use all 3 timeouts. They're punting the ball with 21 seconds. They got the ball now at midfield, maybe with 1 first down to kick the same field goal, and yet I never gave you a chance to give us a first down. And that's the only reason I would say I think there's a handful of quarterbacks I would say I would do that with.
Yeah.
He's one of them.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I just think the ball game that he had today, there's a feeling for the ball game that he had today. And I think sometimes that needs to come into consideration.